beautiful.
Let's get it.
What's up, Fit Fam? My name is Sully Lukey. This right here is John 6, and this is Guys with Thighs, episode 35. Man, we cruising.
Dang,
We're starting to stack these babies up. I know. You came in episode 6 with the behind-the-scenes stuff, and then a few episodes later, you took over as the co-host of this podcast.
Yeah.
And look at us now. Man,
I cannot believe we're at 35 already.
Dude,
that happens so fast. Like each week, it's
blink
just,
of an eye.
dude. Here at First Farm, there's the time. It's called a time warp here.
Yeah.
Like, everything goes way too fast.
It's true. It's true. And then like you've been busy with prep and everything like that, and that freaking make time go by nice and fast. And then I've been busy traveling the world. Like it's just been a whirlwind lately. It's actually been kind of nice to get back here, and I've been here for like 2 weeks now ish.
That's a record for the last couple months, I think.
Yes. So off to Hawaii on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Really excited for that. I get to see like I just counted them up. We got like 10 people going there just from who I know. And then like there's a whole nother Spartan group that is going to show up there, and that's like a whole nother like I don't know, like 20-ish people. So it's gonna be an absolute amazing event over there in Hawaii. It's the first time that we're ever gonna do this course, so it's a brand new course. They put out the course map. It's gonna be really epic. So
yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be beautiful out there.
Oh man, cannot wait. Like I've said it before. I'll say it again. Like do hard shit with good people, right? That's what my life is now all about. I don't know what took me so long to come up with that little catchphrase, but that's what it is. And then, we're just stacking W's all over the world. Whether it be here at HQ, whether it be down the road in Joplin, like when Caleb and I competed at the Monster Games. Look at that. Hey. And then, shout out Jason. You guys put on an amazing event, by the way. Or in France, or now in Hawaii, like all over the place. And I can't wait to have you join for one of them. Yeah. Didn't work out with this Hawaii trip, but that's okay. God willing, we got plenty of life ahead of us.
There will be plenty more Spartan races to do as
exactly,
well. I know
exactly.
there's some that are a little closer by in October.
There is. There's one in Tennessee in the first weekend of October, and then there's one in Dallas the second weekend in October.
Okay.
And then we're having our big meetup in Florida on December 7th. So it's going to be a crazy rest of the month or rest of the year. But hey man, if you're not going gas pedal down to the floor, what are you doing, right?
Exactly. Yeah, dude, I actually have been, I don't know if it's because we talk about it so much on the pod with talking about your Spartan races, but I've been meeting a lot more people through emails that are doing Spartan races this year. So I gotta get out there with the people.
It's a movement. I tell you what, well, and it all started with Joe, right? Joe DeSena. He's the founder of Spartan Racing, and his whole goal was to get 100 million people off the couch and go and do something hard. Like, even if it was like, it started in Vermont at his place, and it was like just moving rocks up a hill. Like, that's kind of how it kind of started.
That's awesome.
And now it's evolved into like a sanctioned event. They're going to be in the Olympics in 2028. 100-meter version, so not the versions that I do, but a 100-meter version to where it's like snap and it's over. It's really quick. Yeah. These athletes are absolutely amazing, but it's going to be in the Olympics. And that was one of his goals as well, is to get Spartan in the Olympics. So this is the first iteration of it. Hopefully it continues to grow and we can get longer distances, because longer distances would be sick in the Olympics, watching all these athletes go after it. So
that's so cool. You got an Olympics coming up,
man, and it's in the United States, 2028. Like these Olympics are right now are kind of wrapping up, and it's crazy to see. I love just watching all the amazing athletes. And what I think about is just like all the reps and the sets and the time and the effort and the tears that they had to put in, right? And that's what kind of gets me, is just like, man, I'm so humbled that like these amazing people can just go out and perform like that. And just like, but also knowing that as a former athlete, the dedication it takes to get to that high level, like it's almost beyond the scope of like, I can barely grasp it, but it's just like, wow, like these are the pinnacle athletes of the world, and all in one place, and it's really cool to see.
Absolutely, yeah, dude. With the Olympics, I've been trying to watch it a little bit, but I definitely made sure and watched the sprints. That's my favorite every year.
Yep.
And dude, with whenever the U.S. guy, I think when he won the 100-meter race, me and Mikey actually were talking about it. He won by like 0.003 seconds, or something. It was like millionths of a second. And you can watch the video. He literally, like, to get that .0003, he just leaned forward.
It's his chest lean. It was his chest lean. It was his perfectly timed chest lean, which he's probably done thousands of, hundreds of thousands of times in practice.
Yep.
Right? And it's the work that nobody sees that made him a gold medal Olympian. Like, it's the work behind the scenes, not only with the coaches, but it's the work when the coaches aren't even there. It's that little bit of lean. It's watching tape, a little bit of lean. Oh, didn't get it right. Doing it again. And drilling it until on the biggest stage, it's just automatic. And that's what won him the gold. It's crazy that, like, that close. Yeah. Like, who knows? Like, before technology, who knows if he won? Somebody else would have said, like, the other person won. But now that we have technology, we were able to see, like, just that little bit was the separator.
Yeah, that's literally, like, you snap, that's actually, like, 100 of that amount of time that he won by. Like, it's ridiculous how close it was. And, like, I just see that as, like, you're just talking about all those reps he gets in practice. Like, a lot of people actually may just go over that chest lean. Like, most of them in that line didn't even do it. They probably just thought that small little detail didn't really matter. But he practiced it every single day, and when it mattered, like, and when he really needed it, he was able to execute perfectly. That's because he knew that every little detail mattered. Paying attention to the details matter when you're trying to get to that top 0.01%, be the best in the world. Like, to get that extra little bit, you have to pay attention to every single detail. And that's just, when I saw that race, I was just like, dang, it made me realize how important the details are.
Dude, the details are absolutely, like, unbelievably important. I learned that in the Air Force, where I've told the story before, to where, like, we had to fold clothes to get our attention to detail, right? And it was just reps and reps and reps. But we were talking about the 100 meter, and Lyles is his name that won this year, his last name. But it got me thinking of a quote from Usain Bolt. He's like, I trained 4 years to run 9.6 seconds and win the gold medal. Just think about that. 4 years to get on the biggest stage ever and run 9.6 seconds, and it's over. You either win or you lose. But it was his ability to take 4 years, forget about motivation. This is absolutely discipline, dedication, and determination to get to that starting line and then run that 9.6 seconds and win gold. Like, it's unbelievable to think that that's what it takes. And that's why I always say, like, hey, it's reps and sets over a long period of time, right? Because so many people, they might get frustrated in their fitness journey. And I've been running into that a lot, especially, like, midsummer now. Like, we're almost heading into fall, and people are like, oh, man, I kind of fell off, right? Like, it's summer, we went boating, and then we kind of ate, we drank a little bit, and my body's not looking quite like how I want it, right? It's like, it's okay. It's cool. It's all right. Wait, exactly. It happens. We're just going to, wipe the slate clean, and we're going to start over. But what you have to realize is that it's going to take the long view. Reps and sets over a long period of time, right? So winter's coming. A lot of people get fluffy during the winter. Those holidays tend to get people. But if we're able to set our goal, what we want right now, reset, and realize that it's the long view, and just attack every single workout with the discipline and the determination and the focus, you're going to be able to get to your goals, even if the summer didn't go as planned.
Dude, I love it so much. And that's, like, what I just keep thinking about when you're talking about that is just keeping in mind that delayed gratification is where you be the most fulfilled. And that's, like, when you're preparing for that long term, that's where you really get the most out of everything. And, like, basically, if it doesn't take long enough, like, if it's not a delayed gratification where it takes a while to get that prize, like, then it's not really worth it if you can get it really, really quick.
Well, I would argue. In some things, dude, I'm telling you what, if you can get it the first time, it's pretty awesome. Yeah. It's like, I got it. Now, you're setting yourself up if you don't, how do I say this? How do I phrase this? If you don't respect what you've been given, it'll be taken away from you, right? Yeah. So, like if you get the gains really fast the first time, but then you're just like, this is easy, I can do it again. And then you start stuffing your face and not doing the routine, well, you're probably going to lose all that leanness, and you're a little fluffy. But you know the process, and if you start over and you can do it again, you'll probably gain some respect for that journey the second time through. Yeah. And then you'll keep that weight off, because you don't want to do it a third time. right? But like, if you can get it fast, as long as it's legal, ethical, and moral, freaking get it fast.
Yeah.
And then let's move on to the next goal is what I'm getting at. Like as long as you respect the journey, it's legal, it's ethical, it's moral, man, get that as fast as you absolutely can. All right? And then we can set a new goal, a higher goal, and keep on building.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd argue that.
So
get it as fast as you can.
There's nuance to that a little bit.
Yes.
There is definitely some things that you can get done that are really, really important that are pretty quick.
Yeah.
100%. But just when you were talking about with the Usain Bolt quote, I immediately thought about like directly related to bodybuilding. And his is even more extreme than bodybuilding, where he has less than 10 seconds on his stage. Where I get a 60-second routine and then 5 minutes with posing next to everybody. And that's like when I took 5 years off in between my last show and this one, like, dude,
Was that long?
it was actually a little longer, I think. I had to go back and actually
Sorry.
check.
I was just amazed. Oh man, I didn't realize that. Okay. All right.
Actually, I think so. It was 2 months into me working here was my last show before this one.
Okay.
So it was actually a little bit over 6 years.
Damn. Okay. Sorry to sidetrack you.
Yeah,
6 years.
No, you're good. Yeah,
Okay.
I just thought about like that's crazy.
Yep.
But that amount of time, like those 6 years, I was working my ass off to put on muscle, to also stay lean in that time. That's the hardest part of taking 6 years off, is staying lean in that time.
Because you went through a bulking cycle, you just didn't get fat, right?
Exactly.
You put on a little weight, a little excess fat, so that you could gain the muscle, so that when you shred it down, you still had a more lean body mass.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and during that 6 years, like I didn't stay in a surplus for 6 years. Like
No.
you definitely, just to throw that in there.
Peaks and valleys, baby. Peaks and valleys.
Absolutely. Yeah, I took there were 8-week challenges where I went full into fat loss for 8 weeks and then back into muscle gain. So like anybody that is like your main goal is to build muscle, it's very important to stay lean and have some of those times where you're in a deficit so you can be more insulin sensitive. And that just means you can utilize carbohydrates and your food better. Basically, you'll be able to build more muscle and put on less fat. But I'll get back to what we were talking about. I had to mention that. But basically, I took that 6 years to improve, and like this bodybuilding show, I have never felt better on stage. Like it was literally one of the best like moments of my life to get to show that work that I put in for 6 years. Even though it was 60 seconds for my routine and a couple minutes standing next to them posing against the other competitors, like it was only under 10 minutes. Like, it was literally one of the best feelings of my life to get to show that work. Like, and I immediately started thinking about that when you said with Usain Bolt, he worked 4 years for 10 freaking seconds. But I bet you that was the best feeling he's ever had in his life. Breaking the world record, getting gold for what was his third time or second time.
I think it was 4 Olympics that he got gold medals in.
Jesus.
I think it was 4. Maybe it was only 3, but
regardless,
the best sprinter of all time.
Incredible.
Yeah. It really is, and like I said, it shows his dedication, determination, and his discipline, right? And that's, I think, what we're both kind of getting at is that it has to be earned, not given, right?
Absolutely.
And that's where it's just like, you can get it fast as long as you earn it. If you get it fast and somebody just gave it to you, you're probably going to lose it. Or everybody around you is going to dislike you, which, because you didn't earn it, right? And if you do the work behind the scenes and you get it fast and it's earned and it's not just given, that's where I think that's the middle ground that we're kind of looking at. So
absolutely.
If you can get it fast and you earn it, get it fast. But if you can get it fast, and I guess that goes back to the legal, ethical, and moral stuff, and it was given and like you didn't really do anything for it, you're probably going to lose it, because life has a funny way of teaching you lessons, whether that be, hey, you have to actually work for this and earn this spot, and so we're going to take it away from you so that you learn that lesson that you have to do that. It has a funny way of doing that. So I think that's where our middle ground is.
Absolutely. And I think you literally stole thoughts out of my head from the past week, because in my we actually had a team meeting that I brought up actually changing like our verbiage, or basically removing the word get. Like, hey, you don't get things, it's earning results. And in terms of results, where you're talking about like reaching our goals and things like that, like saying earn results every single time rather than get. You don't just get results. It is on you to go out and earn that stuff. It's like, even as like people that I've coached in the past where they're like have thanked me, it's like, hey, like I gave you the plan, but you did all the work. You have to go out and earn those results yourself. And like something that I've changed as well, that I've actually had a couple people that, oh my God, like that actually just helped me have a much better day today, with changing have a great day to make it a great day. That's something I try to say at the end of the pod almost every time. Let's go make it a great week, guys. It's like, no, you're not going to have a great week if you just go in the mindset. It's like, oh, I hope I have a great week. No, it's I'm going to go make this a great week. And you go in that mindset, it is so much easier to get the things done that you know is going to make it a great week for you.
It's crazy that you say that, because obviously we go cross platforms, right? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, things like that. And I always quote my elementary school guidance counselor, Mrs. Parrish. I always quote her. I probably bring it up at least once a quarter, once every couple of months. And she used to say a quote of the day every single morning. Like announcements, quote of the day, and then she'd always end with, make it a great day, or not. Choice is yours. Because that's what it is. Like we have choices in every single moment of the day, right? We can choose to do this, we can choose to do that. And she always ended with, make it a great day, or not, the choice is yours, because that choice is always there. Every single day. You could be having the worst day of your life. Well, realistically, it's bad moments. It's not a bad day. Right? And you have to be able to like kind of steer yourself into, we are going to make this a great day. And no matter what we do, we're going to have bad moments. That's okay. It happens. We're human. It's life. That's part of the gig, right? However, I can choose to make the best of this moment right now going forward. And that's where it's like really powerful. And I'm really glad you said that, because it always just triggers Mrs. Parrish to me. Like it's an everlasting thing. Like, make it a great day or not. Choice is yours.
Dude, that's what grade did you say?
Dude, it was so 3rd through 6th grade, my elementary school, Nasonville Elementary. So she was my guidance counselor all the way through. So yeah, almost every single day she said, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.
That's amazing that she had that much of an impact, like at that early of an age. I'm sure that she changed a lot of kids' life just with that simple sentence. And that's something, like, that's why I am only going to say those two, like, earn results and make it a great day, because like those little things can have a huge impact on people.
They really do. And it's crazy, because until I started working here, I didn't give it another thought. So I started in May of 21, probably didn't start, getting it together, doing walk and talks until, I don't know, summer of 22. And that's when it started coming. Because like, I went through the second round of 75 hard that I did, and that one hit harder because it was more of like, okay, I'm not getting fed by a fire hose. I'm able to like figure it out a lot faster. And then like, as I started walking and talking, as I started thinking more on my walks and reflecting and everything, like this thought just kept coming back up and coming back up and coming back up. So it was in my head the entire time. Like my entire life, it's been there, right? It just like took the proper environment, the proper season of life to come back up, and then allowing me to start living by that phrase. Because like Jim Rohn says it best, like he OG business coach, like money coach, expert, taught Tony Robbins, amazing guy. Find him on YouTube, Jim Rohn. But he talks about, we go through seasons in life. And we got the 4 seasons, but I don't know what season of life I was in to where that all of a sudden sparked again, but it's become a life-changing thing, because it's giving me back the power to like bad moments, make the next right decision, get your day back on track. Like it's just like right there. That's how my line of thinking goes now. So yeah, that's the story of Mrs. Parrish and how she came back into my mind, I guess.
Dude, I love it so much. That's something that has had a huge impact on me recently, with making sure that every single time, like in an email, that I'm talking on the phone, and it's still like, no, when you guys try to switch your vocabulary over to this, it's not going to be perfect at first. Like, you're used to saying these things. I'm still working on it, but it has a huge impact on like me being able to, like what you're just saying, making the next right decision in each moment. Like when something bad happens, you're not reactionary, you pause for a second, like we were talking a little bit about last week. Like you pause for a second, and then you actually take the action that you need to, and you're able to not react to it. You actually make the right decision. Take a second to think about it. But yeah, no, same. Make it a great day. Like that's going to be in my vocabulary for the rest of my life.
I love that. It's amazing how little things like that can change your life. Like people always get mad at me too, because like whenever somebody says try, I always say no, we do, right? And
yeah, you got me a couple times on the pod before.
But on Instagram, it's a lot easier because I can just send a GIF of Yoda. Be like, hey, I didn't even say this, okay? I'm just telling you, if it's good enough for Yoda.
The little man said it.
If the little green man said it, that means that it's got to be in our life too.
Absolutely.
And like the best part is like people react mad, and then all of a sudden they see Yoda and they're just like, and they start laughing and they're like, oh fine, I guess Yoda said it. But it's like those little things, those little course corrections in our vocabulary that can actually like change the direction that your life is going. Right? We don't try, we actually do.
Yes,
we
sir.
don't just kind of go through life, we make it a great day. We're not having a great day. We're having a great day because we're making it a great day. We're consciously picking to do this. We're consciously picking to do the next right decision. We're constantly picking the happy thought over the angry thought. We're constantly picking to react with rational thoughts instead of emotional thoughts, right? Like it's constantly on our the top of our mind. And like you said, we're not going to be perfect, but we can do our best to correct ourselves in those moments and then continue on.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's very important to consistently think about that too, because I think as humans, like we're naturally going to be just in that selfish reactionary state. Like that's where, I mean, most of the world, like we see it all the time where people are like, whenever bad things happen, like really riots breaking out for things that I never could imagine a riot breaking out for. Like that's reactionary thoughts. That's thinking emotionally and not like pausing and think like, okay, what's actually happening here? So I think that's very important for us, just because like at default as humans, we're going to be very selfish. We're going to be thinking about us only and react to situations rather than like think of, I think that's what really helps you not be reactionary, is being selfless more than selfish. Because whenever I've been reactionary in the past, that's whenever I haven't put much thought into other people. Like, and I always come back to the freaking speech that you gave with the why me and try me. Like when I was in the why me mindset, like I think back, I was very, very selfish. Like, and this actually came up in a conversation yesterday that I had where I talked to my friend for 3 hours it was about our faith, about a whole bunch of different stuff. But I realized, like thinking back, like I didn't think about others for a few months in that time period where I was thinking, oh, why me? Like, why did this happen to me? Like there's nothing I can do here. It's like I was 100% selfish for a long time, and then I was like, that's not me at all. Like I definitely try to be as selfless as possible all the time, but I think I was just thinking back, just like that's disgusting. Like so. Being conscious of being selfless all the time can help you be more logical rather than emotional. And that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. So I think that can really have a huge impact on people's individual lives, like your own fulfillment. Then you can go help others more. That goes back to filling your cup so you can fill others.
Yeah, and a good phrase for that is, do more, get better, so you can help more, get better. And you do more by kind of serving other people. You do more by making the next right decision. And when you're doing more, you're going to get better. And when you get better, you can help more people, right? And that's what it all comes down to. When you get out of the why me mindset, why did this happen to me? Oh man, why did the Packers lose? I don't, like anything, right? Like, why this? Why did I spill my water? Well, hey, life, I know you're gonna kick me sometimes, especially when I'm down. Try me. Bring it on. Yeah. That's the only time that I say you can say try me, because that meaning is completely different. That means bring it on. All right, try it. I'm ready for it. It might hurt. I don't care. I'm not gonna say why me. Yeah, I probably deserve to get kicked. My fault. Own it. Look at life. Stand back up. Dust off a little bit and just be like, try me.
Absolutely.
Bring it on. And then you do more. You get moving in the right direction again. You get better because you learn the lesson from when you got kicked, and then you can help more people get better, right? Because now you have the experience, and you can help somebody that might be down on the ground. You can help pick them up. You can help get them moving in the right direction. And that's what it's all about.
Yes, sir. Dude, like the most significant thing I think you just said for me was, with the try me mindset, is like, hey, I might get knocked down, but I know I'm going to be able to get back up and do what I need to do to keep moving forward. And the confidence that builds when you change to that mindset is absolutely amazing. You're just like, when you go into the situation, it's like, hey, I might fail here. I know that's possible, but I know that I can get through that. Like, I know I've gotten up a million times before. I'm going to keep on getting up. Like, with back to Rocky, hopefully I don't mess this one up. It's like, it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up.
Yep.
Actually, I think I crushed that.
Adrian! Yeah, you did crush it. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. It really is. I had a thought on the tip of my head, but I can't remember because I was listening to a Rocky story. It just gets me going with Rocky. So,
oh, dude, I literally used to freaking play like scenes from Rocky, like before, instead of like, as a bodybuilder, I throw on freaking Ronnie Coleman and Dorian Yates and things like that. Oh yeah, but dude, that Rocky, like running to the top of that freaking staircase after his long run, dude, watching that video, listening to freaking Eye of the Tiger, oh my god.
Dude, I was a big Rocky 4 guy, so when he was fighting the Ivan Drogo.
The Russian.
Yes, yeah, so like that one was always on at my house, so like just seeing like Apollo dying and then what he's going to the lengths to train in the cold and all that stuff, just raw bear training, and I'm just like, oh, this is what it's all about. If he dies, he dies. And he was like, oh man, let's go. So that was the Rocky that I personally grew up with. I saw the first few like later on, but like I grew up with Rocky 4, so like it was just I
think that's the one I definitely do remember the most, because I mean, dude, Ivan Drago is like, he's the like. It's like you don't like him, but he's my favorite bad guy in the movie ever. Like, he's badass. Like when they're doing the test on him in the freaking in the lab when he's punching the freaking machine and stuff.
That boy was roided up.
Oh, absolutely.
Roided up.
Like he was juiced to the gills, as they say in the bodybuilding.
I'm surprised he didn't bend the needle. Honestly, Jesus.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. Yeah, and that dude, like in. Just normally, when he's not juiced, he's a monster. He's like freaking, what is he, like 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah, he's humongous. Dolph
Lundgren.
Lundgren, yep. Yep.
Dude, actually, just quick little story. I saw him order some First Form, actually.
Did you really? Oh, that's cool.
And we saw the address. I was just like, this is a freaking mansion. Like, that is that's gotta be him. I was like, that's literally my favorite villain of all time. Like, let's go.
That's awesome. And all those superheroes, those were my heroes from like growing up. Like seeing these Arnold, Sylvester Stallone, Dolph, like even Chuck Norris. He wasn't as big as the other guys, but like big wise, famous wise, he was. But those were my heroes growing up, and like if I could be like those guys, right? Like muscular build, like everything like that. And just,
I think you're pretty close to a few of them there. So like,
I'm getting there. So I swear, and like I always make the joke all the time. Like people have said like, oh, you're on roids, like shit like that. I'm like, oh, pay for the test. I'll take it today. Like I'll take it right now.
Dude, before I got to know you, I didn't know for sure. Like,
because I was a dick, huh?
Hey, no. I promise I know people who are.
You can say it. I was a bald asshole sometimes.
Yeah, no, it was.
We've evolved.
But seriously, when you told me you were doing the I remember when I made sure when you told me you were doing a bodybuilding show. I made sure that you said it was natural. I was like, "What, you're doing natural?" I was like, "Oh, dope, that's awesome." That's when I knew for sure you were natural. Yeah. But before that conversation, I was like 50-50. I swear to God, dude. And even someone like I've known people who are just, you work your ass off and have good genetics. Mm-hmm. And another person like that is Eric Kohler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I think I think everybody here thought he was on something whenever he started, because it was because of partially personality, but also dude is literally he has not missed a workout or a meal like you in legit 14 years.
Jesus.
So to put that in perspective, it's you can surpass what people even think is possible if you are consistent for. Every person that I know that has achieved something like that, it's 10 years or more.
We started this conversation talking about, the 4 years to run 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Kohler's been crafting his body for 14 years. Mm-hmm. People ask me, how do I get a body like you? I say, start lifting 19 years ago. Because I started when I was 12. Yeah. I started lifting for football when I was 12 years old. Mm-hmm. Right? I started doing sled drags. I started doing all of that stuff. Speed ladders, everything, when I was 12 years old. So I can get you to a certain point as fast as your body will adapt. Sure, you will look better. I can do that as a coach. But if you want to build the muscle mass that I have, or the ability for it to come back like that when I do slim down, that's 19 years of muscle fibers and muscle growth and lean body mass and peaks and valleys that if you're just starting today, I have 19 years on you, right? And so that's the thing is it's going to take patience, and it's going to take reps, and it's going to take sets. And what do I always say? Over a long period of time, because this baby's 19 years in the making, right? How do I get shoulders like you? Reps and sets over a long period of time. It's simple. There's not a lot of shoulders exercises you can do, right? Mm-hmm. There's push press with dumbbells, military press, seated push press, things like that you can do. But lateral raises, cool. But that can only, those are the exercises. Yeah. Then it's just reps and sets over a long period of time.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Dude, I literally, that's funny you literally use shoulders as an example, because I did shoulders today with my friend. Yeah. And I was telling him about so one of the biggest things that I noticed from my last show to now was building up my shoulders. Mm-hmm. And dude, he asked me how I did it. And I said, I spammed side laterals. I did I basically do side laterals and rear delt exercises. Mm-hmm. You hit and I won't get into the weeds on this, but you hit enough front delts on all my chest exercises, it grows.
It's all that pushing. It's all the pushing.
Mm-hmm. Any push exercise, but I spammed basically one exercise the whole time, and I didn't really change a whole lot. It's been a couple years that I've been spamming the hell out of these side laterals, and that's just a great example of there's nothing really special to it. It's just reps and sets consistently over a long period of time. Any plan works, not any plan, but any decent plan will work if you execute it with intensity consistently for a long time.
That last part is what it's all about, consistently.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
And it's the attention to it, the focus in it. It's just we talked about Kohler, and that man, if you ever see him in the gym, he's focused as all hell, just laser focused. Sometimes he's growling. He's what?
Yeah, you know what he's listening to?
What?
He throws on. Actually, this reminds me of you made a post. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but you threw on. You put Goku and I forgot the name of the other freaking character you put, but don't mess with nice people. Whis, yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah. So you put don't mess with nice people with Dragon Ball Z. Oh, dude. I actually been watching a whole lot of Naruto lately.
I haven't gotten. I've stick to my OG favorites, my Pokemon and my Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, so I was Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. I literally read the mangas.
I love it.
They were amazing. But yeah, no, he listens to freaking super intense, over the top, the motivational videos.
Yeah.
compilations of Dragon Ball Z stuff.
Oh gosh, everything. He just brings it all in and just puts it in the headphones.
Yeah. I looked at it, I was like, It's like, oh, okay.
See why he's so focused now. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
But yeah, we're talking about influences. I want to bring that up because freaking Dragon Ball Z and like a lot of those like animated characters, like that's what I think motivated a lot of us guys to get freaking jacked. Like Dragon Ball Z motivated me to start training and fighting too.
It was the Cell Saga Gohan. When he's 12 years old and just an absolute unit, right? Becomes the strongest Z fighter there is. And I know we're losing a few people. Let me know that, okay? It is what it is, okay?
We can skip this.
Yeah, exactly. But like that's like when I remember. That's actually when I stopped watching Dragon Ball Z until like I was older and COVID 2020 shut down the world, and then I watched it again, right? But like Cell Saga Gohan, like he just became the ultimate badass, and I'm like that guy. And like as me as a little kid, right? I'm like, he's 6 years older than me at that time. He's 12. I'm like, I can be like that. And like ever since then, like that's been my favorite character. Like even though they made him kind of weak sometimes, like he's still my favorite character just because of the Cell Saga Gohan. And it's just like he becomes the strongest. He trains his ass off, and the power becomes to a response to a need, not a desire. That's something Goku always says to Gohan, right? It comes from the power becomes from the response to a need, not the desire. So you might want something, but you have to attach it to something in the future and then go get it. Like you need to get it. You have to set your mind to you need to get it. It's not that you want it, you need it. And that's where power comes from, and it just gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, no, dude, that's amazing that you pulled that from Gohan, from Goku too. It's
yeah,
like, that's something like, I mean, maybe that was like unconsciously, like when I was watching it and reading the mangas and stuff when I was younger. Maybe that was an unconscious like thought. I never thought about it, but that makes so much sense, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the freaking either Cell Saga or when they had to fight Boo. Those are the original.
Boo was a terror.
Dude, that was insane. Like when all the different freaking forms that he had to go through. Or so the beginning, like is what is most fresh in my head, and Frieza is Frieza, up there with me too. I just posted a Frieza meme today. Yeah. Oh, I need to go check that out, dude. But yeah, no, Frieza's like his forms, like his fighing style. That was probably my favorite. But I'll stop nerding.
All right, yeah. We're gonna stop nerding now. Thank you for watching it, guys, with us. No, but honestly, I think that's a great place to. I guess we ended with Nerd Corner, right?
Yeah, a little bit of
a different kind of. Hey, like you guys are getting to know us. We're getting to know you guys. If you ever have any questions or comments, let us know about them below. That's always welcome. We love answering questions for you guys. It actually makes the podcast a lot easier to do. Not gonna lie, because it gives us more to talk about.
Absolutely.
And John is filled with freaking knowledge. Like he's in customer service here at HQ, and he's been a personal trainer. Obviously, he's been up on stage. So this man is one of the best people, not only that I know, but one of the most knowledgeable as well. So we're doing our best to bring you value. If you have any questions, let us know. We'll answer them for you on the pod next time.
Yeah, let's get it, and then we'll do a couple stories where you can swipe up and throw us questions. Get us as many as you can.
I love the sound of that. Cool. So, y'all, I'm gonna tell you what. I enjoyed this one. Y'all, you let me nerd out. If you made it to the end, I want to thank you guys just for watching again. And I know from the bottom of my heart, it means the world to me. So, I'm gonna be signing off. My name is Sully Lupke. You can find me at Sully Lupke on Instagram. So, chat soon. 6.
My name is John Six. You can find me at John_SIX on Instagram. That's where I'm mainly at. Hit me up. Let me know if you ever got questions or need help with anything. I'm always here for you guys. Let's make it a great week.
Hell yeah, let's stack dubs, y'all. Woo! Ugh.